Back on BTN Live, Dave Revsine, Chuck Long, and Gerry Dinardo. The Northwestern Wildcats off to a 3-0 start to this young season, thanks in large part to the contributions of running back Treyvon Green. Better than 7 yards per carry, guys, in the absence of Venrick Mark, who's been a little bit banged up. Treyvon Green joins us now from our studios in Evanston. And Treyvon, I know we were talking about Venrick's injury. You had an injury at the beginning of last year and just never quite got up to speed. What's it been like for you to get back and to be not just contributing, but the main contributor at running back?
It's nothing but a blessing, honestly. You know, the injury I had last spring, you know, it was tough, but, you know, the support of my teammates and my coaching staff really helped me get to where I am now.
Treyvon, we don't see Maine a lot around these parts. You're playing them, obviously. Can you give us a scouting report, you know, maybe scheme-wise, and maybe you could relate them to the caliber of some other teams that you've played? Obviously, you know, they're not a BCS team. Give us a little insight on the Maine team, the defense.
Well, actually, they're a lot similar to the last time we played Western Michigan. You know, they have good linebackers, great DBs. D-line's a little bit more active, so I feel like our offensive line's going to have to handle up a little bit more this week, maybe than last week. The linebackers are pretty good, very comparable to Western Michigan.
Treyvon, congratulations that you're here playing well after going through adversity last year. It's to get to this point. I know how hard that is, and you got to this point, and that's a good job. Coaches talked about you losing weight last year or coming into this year. How much weight did you lose, and do you feel better as a running back?
I lost 8 pounds, going from 215 to 207, and I think it's helped me a lot. Actually, I feel a lot quicker, a lot faster. You know, I think the coaches saw it in camp. You know, my speed improved, and me making the cuts like I used to my freshman year.
Northwestern running back Treyvon Green is with us, as Gerry mentioned. Northwestern getting ready for Maine, a game you can see Saturday here on BTN. Dave Revsine, Chuck Long, and Gerry Dinardo.
Treyvon, what are some of the things Coach McCall has stressed, things that you can improve on as an offensive group?
Really, honestly, just making plays after the catch. You know, after a run. You know, making bigger plays in our offense. You know, a lot of our yardage are short gain, and we can get immediately tackled. But it really stressed us to make plays after we catch the ball and after that first contact.
And what are you doing to improve your game as you move forward for the rest of the year?
Just studying up on my opponent and studying up on myself. You know, I watched the last game a lot just to see what I do. I left a lot of yardage on the field. You know, just the week-to-week improvement is really all we can do at this point. I think as an offense, you know, we have to study ourselves, but more importantly, study the opponent. So to know, you know, what they're going to do and what we can do to take advantage of.
Treyvon, I mentioned Venrick's injury. Any sense what your role will be when Venrick comes back?
No, they haven't told me anything, but you know, it's still probably won't change. You know, I'm here. I'm taking the opportunity that's being given to me, and when Venrick comes back, just add another dynamic to the backfield. So I think it's nothing but an improvement to our running game when Vernon comes back.
Hey, Treyvon, what's the buzz like on campus regarding this team? I know the freshmen are just starting to move in this week. Northwestern starts so late, but obviously off to another really good start. A lot of anticipation about this season. What are you feeling with the on-campus vibe?
Oh, it's a really good vibe, actually. You know, with the freshmen coming in, you know, I'm hearing that, you know, with their welcome week stuff that they're doing, that they're getting really involved into our home games and doing different things so they can be more involved in the game. So I think the vibe around here is really good for our football team. I think the buzz around the city of Evanston is really good right now, and it can only improve.
Northwestern running back Treyvon Green, thanks a lot for your time. Congratulations and best of luck this weekend against Maine.
All right, thank you.